Hey, how's it going everyone? MLT Magic Tricks here. So in this video, I'm going to be giving you a performance and a tutorial for this no setup any card at any number style trick. But before we get into it, if you are new here to the channel, make sure you subscribe for more card trick videos like this. If you enjoy this one, make sure you hit that like button. Now let's get right into it. Okay, so I would start off this card trick with my spectator giving the deck a shuffle. Once they are done, I would have them choose a card. Let's say they select this one. Now, I would just have my spectator look at the card they chose. Once they have remembered their selection, I would tell them we're going to go ahead and get their card lost somewhere into the middle of the deck. So I will also give the pack a quick riffle shuffle. At this point, I would have my spectator give me a number between 5 and 15. Let's say it is 11. I would have my spectator remember that number because we're going to get to it later in the trick. But right now, I would tell my spectator I'm going to try and get their card to disappear from the deck. So I'm just going to snap my fingers over the cards and we're going to see if I actually got the card to disappear. So I'm just going to spread out the deck here and show my spectator the cards face up and have them keep an eye out for the card that they chose. So we're just going to go ahead and place these cards right here on the bottom of the deck, and we're just going to spread through the rest of the pack and have my spectator look out for their selection. So I'm just going to spread through the cards one at a time so my spectator can see all of them, and if they actually do see their card, I would, have them say something, but I'm pretty sure I'm able to get their card to disappear. We're just going to double check though by spreading through all of the cards. We just have one more little section of the deck, so let's just spread through until we get to this 5 of hearts there. You can see these are all of the cards in the deck. Now I would ask my spectator if they saw their card. I would assume they would say no, so it actually looks like I got my spectator's card to disappear from the pack, but I actually want to find the card, and we're going to use that number 11 right now to see if it can help me find the card. So I would hand the deck over to my spectator and instruct them to deal 11 cards from the deck onto the table. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. It seems the 11th card is a face down card, and you will notice that is the only face down card out of the entire deck. And this is not just any card, it should be the spectator selection right here, the ace of diamonds. So guys, that is the trick. I hope you liked it. If you want to learn how to perform it, make sure you watch the tutorial. All right, this is a great go-to no setup card trick because it is quite easy to perform. You can do this one with any deck of cards, and credit to the channel Magic Odyssey for this effect. And now let's get right into the tutorial. So you're going to start off with your spectator giving the deck a mix-up. Once they are done, you're going to have them choose a card. They do have a free selection once they take out the card. You are just going to have them look at it, but for the tutorial, we'll look at it together. So in this case, we have the 8 of clubs. Now, you just need to control their card to the bottom of the deck. You guys can use any card control you want to. What I did in the performance is pretty simple. I placed the card on top and then I slid off their selection like this and shuffled the rest of the deck directly on top. Then I maintained it there on the bottom by applying pressure with my 4 fingers and then just doing some overhand shuffles, keeping their selection there on the bottom. You guys can do it that way, or you can get a thumb break below the card and then perform a double undercut to get their card to the bottom. With it there, you're going to want to keep it in that spot so you guys can do a riffle shuffle, maintaining it there. So you want to make it seem like you're mixing up the deck and losing their card, but in reality, you have control of it here. At this point, you're going to have your spectator give you a number between 5 and 15 or like 10 and 20. I like to keep the range, on the lower end of things because you don't want them to choose too high of a number. So those two ranges work perfectly. Let's say the number is 13. You're going to have your spectator remember it, and you're also going to want to keep that number in your head because at this point, you're going to tell your spectator that you're going to try and get their card to disappear from the deck. You guys can snap your fingers over the cards, do whatever you want to. Just tell them that you're going to try and get their card to vanish. That's the premise of this card trick. Now, when you're spreading out the cards here and essentially turning them all face up to show them to look out for their card, the first time you're spreading out these cards is really important because you are spreading off a specific number, and that number is 1 less than the number that your spectator gave. So in our case, the number is 13. That means I'm going to spread off and count 12 cards exactly. If the number was 9, you would spread off 8 cards here. So I'm spreading off these cards, and in this case, it is 12, so I'm just spreading off in blocks of 3. That's 3, 6, 9, 9, and then 12 cards like this. You're just going to turn them face up, spread these out, and have your spectator look out for their card. That's what you're telling them to do here. After you have picked up these cards, you're now going to pull down on the bottommost card with your pinky, because that is their selection, and you're going to insert these face-up cards right above their card there. So you're simply placing these cards right in the break. It's going to happen quickly. Your spectator thinks you're just placing these face-up cards right on the bottom. If you just perform that normally, your spectator's not going to think anything of it, but in reality, this is what it looks like on the bottom of the deck. You have now 12 face-up cards with their selection face down there on the bottom. For the rest of the deck, you're just spreading out the cards normally. It doesn't matter how many you're spreading at this point. You're just spreading them out, having your spectator look out for their card. From here, you're literally just placing these right on the bottom. So these are going now below that face down card that you have. So you're not doing any break or anything like that for the rest of the cards. You're just spreading them out, turning them over, having your spectator look out for their selection. But you want to make sure you keep kind of the same grip of the cards when you're placing them on the bottom. You don't want to suddenly start placing them like that or kind of to the side. Just keep them, placing them on the bottom normally like so. You're going to spread through the rest of the pack. And then when you get to the first face-up card, you're going to want to remember that Queen of Clubs. When you turn them over, you're going to want to make sure you pick up the cards from that point. So I'm spreading through. I'm picking up the cards here right after that Queen of Clubs. Those go right on the bottom. From here, you're ready to do the reveal. You tell your spectator, did you see your card? They're going to say no. From here, you can literally hand the deck over to your spectator and tell them that we're going to use the number that they gave to see if it can help us find the card. You remind them of the number, they'll say it was 13. Then you instruct them to deal 13 cards from the deck here right onto the table. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. The 13th card will be face down. Before you have them turn it over, you can tell them to place the cards on the table. You spread them out, show them that is the only face down card out of the entire deck. You have them turn it over and they will see it is somehow their card, and that will, cap off the card trick right there. It's a really cool effect, very powerful, quite easy to perform as you guys saw. Definitely give this one a try. Let me know how it goes. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next video. Peace out.